My name is Yusuf, and I'm here to discuss my NLP hate speech project on the popular right-wing streaming service, Rumble. The motivation behind my project was to investigate the notion that users on the site are full of hate and express it in ways such as sexism. Algorithms of Oppression by Safiya Noble, which I had recently read, inspired this project as it allowed me to realize that many websites are inspired by users and their beliefs, which does not justify the prevalence of offensive behavior on a website. So in this project, I utilized a few NLP methods to investigate comments on his videos. Because I wanted to focus more on sexism, as the notion that users on the site are sexist is very popular, I decided to select 5 videos relating to sexism and analyze their comments. I decided to use TF-IDF vectorization to find the relevance of certain words in the comments, use a decision tree classifier to detect hate speech, sentiment analysis to detect irony. And as a bonus, I decided to create new files for extracted topics, deep categorization, text clustering, and IPTC text classification to create word clouds for the visual factor. And I also wanted to mention that this site states that a user cannot systematically scrape their website, so I had to scrape the comments manually, which was time consuming but led to less data cleansing later on. So my final deliverables include an IPYMB code file showing the code behind the TF-IDF vectorization and the decision tree classifier, a README markdown file explaining the project, a project website created with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and CSV files showing the extracted topics, deep categorization, text clustering, and IPTC text classification, and word clouds. And just to show real quick the various deliverables. So we have a project website, which is here, where it basically explains the project, what was done, and even has a poll at the very end. And in addition, it also goes more in detail if you go to the About page, where everything, even some code snippets, are readily available. And like I mentioned before, there is also a README file, which has a table of contents, which makes it easier to go throughout the file and look at the various aspects of it. CSV files, which show the different analyses that were done on the data. This is, for instance, the deep categorization CSV file. And like I mentioned before, there are also word clouds, which are available at the bottom of the README file, in addition to the word clouds folder inside the GitHub repository. So going back to the presentation, I expect this project to impact its audience by showing the prevalence of hate speech on this website and sites known for priding themselves in hosting cancelled individuals. I also wish for this to be an example of how users' hate speech can impact the experience on a site. If someone were to continue this project, I would say that I would wish for them to conduct a similar analysis on randomly selected videos on this site, not necessarily relating to sexism, and on comment sections on sites such as YouTube, comparing the prevalence of hate speech there. For the interactive aspect of this video, I would like to first ask you all to answer in the comments if you believe that allowing a platform for hate speech is justifiable in the pursuit for the First Amendment. And the goal of this is to help understand why certain language and individuals are allowed on this site and whether it's a problem or not. Secondly, I'd like you to fill out the poll that I showed you earlier on the website, where it'll ask whether you are familiar with the website and its content, and this is in order to understand the scale of this issue. And lastly, I wanted to thank you all for listening, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about this project. Thank you.